The number one live show in the world, West Coast Florhaug Podcast. Coming to you from Big Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop love!
What is up? It's the West Coast Florhaug Podcast, the number one live podcast every Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
You know what that means.
What number are we on, bro?
We're on 53.
53.
Motherfucking 53.
Number 53. We also have, just to let you guys know, we have Chunky But Funky coming back November 2nd. Back in the studio. See what's up. Maybe we get some of that
Tamale challenge with fucking...
Oh, maybe we do tamale challenge with her.
What? We do an
yeah.
annual tamale challenge where we try all the really bad drive-through anything tamales that don't come from your, Mexican aunt's
This fool
kitchen.
don't know nothing about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I bought tamales 3 times off the side of the road from someone's Mexican aunt. That's all I know about tamales. And then the ones at Tommy's. Are they all like Tommy's tamales?
You were on the right path.
Tommy's are pretty good.
Tommy's,
Tommy's are
what
pretty good.
mean? For
Yeah.
fast food tamale.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
eat fucking Tommy's.
The first time I had tamales, I'm just going to go into this story. I made our school bus driver stop the bus because I told him I was going to piss my pants. And I bought tamales. And I was the cool kid in school after that.
Did you buy him a tamale?
Yeah.
All right. See,
Yeah,
that's how you get away with shit.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to piss my pants, you lied, but once you bring him back
man.
a chicken or cheese or whatever he
Yeah,
wanted,
like, all right, fine.
he's like,
Chicken
all
and
right.
pork.
There you go.
You're like,
That's the way to
fine,
do it.
yeah.
That's the way to do it, man. I used to have this guy too, Jesse, that we used to work with. He would do the campus cleanup, and I would always bring Lowrider magazines and sit in the front with him. Everybody else picking up trash except me. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know. You gotta know what's cracking.
Take care of people.
Hell yeah. So we have a guest today, Johnny.
Yep. Our guest today is a very good friend of mine. Also, a hilarious comic with a 10-minute special coming up on Amazon Prime at the end of this month, or maybe at the end of this month or November.
The show Laugh After Dark will be on season 3.
There it is.
Starts towards the end of the month, and then it'll go into November, and I'll probably be in November.
Boom. That's what I was trying to say. All of that stuff. Mr.
I have a bunch
Josh,
of roundabout dates. So.
Mr. Josh Florhaug, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
We're getting him on the way up.
Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Oh man. I'm on. You want to talk about? I'm on the ground floor.
You know what I'm
Josh
saying?
Florhaug,
Johnny
you know
says
what
it
I
to me
mean?
once a week. He explains, he's like, we're friends, but like when you make it, I expect stuff. Johnny's been the first one to outwardly be like, I believe in you enough to cash some of those checks in my
I was
favor.
like, look, just
But,
so you
but
know.
he's smart enough.
Yeah.
I was like, look, just so
Yeah.
you know, here we go.
He's the
Here
only one real enough
we
to
go.
say it to me.
Yeah.
Because when I have friends who are like, I'm your boy because I'm your boy, and then they're like, dude, but I need a car, I'm going to be like, fuck you. And they're like, why'd you get Johnny a car? I'm like, because Johnny's been needing a car since day
I
one.
told you, fool. I
And
told you.
And he asked for it since day one.
Yeah, he was like, I believe in you when you're not famous. I hope you get me a car.
Yeah, I was like, I told you, man. We're going on a rocket ship right now, and I have a seat. Like I'm in right here. Like Silvio on The Sopranos. That is my role.
Johnny is
So
the
he's
Buzz
like-
Aldrin of just taking the shit I don't
Yeah.
have yet.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he also has something to offer. And
Yeah,
ain't
like
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? It ain't like you come in like,
100%.
yeah.
100%. I 100% have my own thing to offer, but I see where the path is going, and I'm fucking walking that path.
It's because
too.
Johnny can pierce my dick.
There you go. Yeah, he can. That is true.
That's
Yeah,
when I go
that-
through that phase when I'm famous. I'm like, I need to get my dick pierced. And
Yeah.
Johnny's like, hell yeah.
Are we gonna talk about that on here
Yeah,
again?
he brought it up, not us. I don't know, bro. Sam Jimenez says you look faded as fuck, bro.
You know what I mean? Guilty as charged.
Hell yeah. Time to pierce
Johnny
dicks.
drove me here.
Yeah, he's driving you back.
yeah.
It's going to be a wild ride
All
home.
right.
It's a good. I need Johnny to be faded to drive me.
Yeah.
Especially through these streets, bro. These streets are so fucked up with all the potholes, man. I've already had to have my truck aligned twice this year.
Why you keep hitting the
Twice.
potholes?
Yeah.
There's so many, dude. And,
Slow.
and I try to go through different streets. Fuck you, dude. Fuck the city of Compton, bro.
Oh my God, that's pretty harsh.
Well,
I
city
mean, for
council.
The city of Compton
City
that
council.
everybody knows is known for their good roads. I can't believe you said this.
City council,
Dr.
bro.
Dre and the road systems. The two things we know
Well,
about
no,
Compton.
there's like one portion of road that's cool.
Sure.
and the rest of it's just garbage.
Yeah, the main road, and then they're like, fuck the rest of this.
Yeah.
And it's not even the full main road. It's like a little piece of it.
It's like a 2-mile stretch.
Yeah.
That you're all right.
And you guys, hey, so when someone complains, they're like, hey, have you driven down Wilmington?
Like, yeah, man.
Drive
Quit
down Wilmington.
complaining. Yeah, then come talk to me.
Yeah.
Drive down between this street and that street, and then come back and talk to me.
That's brand new. But fuck yes, in the city of Compton, we love the city of Compton, just not the city council of Compton.
Just not the streets.
I just don't like the
actual
streets.
streets.
Yeah, the actual road. Everything else is pretty good.
Yeah, they got
The
some good
actual
tacos.
road.
out
Rappers
here.
have been saying it for years. The streets of Compton are shit.
Yeah.
Get
on,
on it,
let's
city
go.
council. They didn't mean the gangs. They meant the
go.
roads.
Help us out.
Hell yeah.
So comedy, how long you been doing it for?
I've been doing comedy for, does COVID count?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The time gets on. No,
Yeah.
like the time gets so fucked up now.
Like-
That year
Before
that you
COVID.
weren't doing anything.
For real, like 8-9 years.
There you go.
I've been doing it for a long time.
And with all the projects, I mean, do you remember what the actual first kind of big show was for you?
The first show I ever did was a contest, and you won a $20 bar tab.
$20.
I know. This was in Minnesota. Like, it's not LA where, like, a $20 bar tab is a drink. They were like, we have
depends
$3.
on
Yeah,
Long
that's like
drink.
3 drinks plus a tip. You
They're
know?
like,
shit.
we have $3 Captain Morgans, and now you can have $20 worth of those.
Okay.
So, yeah, I won that contest. Because it was always a bucket list thing. I always loved stand-up. I watched it as a kid. I grew up single mom. She was a nurse. She worked all the time. And that was the thing. She was always off on Fridays. We did Friday night Comedy Central stand-up. So we watched, like, all the 90s, 2000s half-hour specials. So, like, Dane Cook, Patton Oswalt, all the biggest comics now, but they're half hours. I would order pizza and we'd watch that. So I love stand-up. I talked about wanting to do it forever. And then I signed up for this contest. And I was like, I'm going to try it once. It's going to be cross it off the bucket list.
Did you win the $20?
I won the $20.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing this then.
By the way, just the rest of the competition, how was it?
It was pretty decent, but I brought I brought everyone from work. I learned I wasn't that funny by my third open mic, but I worked at a
Sure.
restaurant and I was trying stand up, so the crowd came to see me.
That's the key, though.
Right,
That's
into
what's
a
the key.
contest, and
Yeah.
especially in a contest,
Yeah.
if you can get the entire room to
Yeah.
fucking cheer for you,
Yeah.
you're gonna win the contest. Like that's really, it doesn't matter who's the best. I've been in contests before where people brought all the people from work, and I was like, no fucking way. Like I was way better than that.
Yeah, it's a
But,
popularity contest.
Yeah,
Me and Johnny C were actually in the same contest different years.
I did not win.
Johnny got second place in funniest person in Minneapolis. I, the year before, won funniest person in Minneapolis.
That's true.
Yeah.
Damn.
So Johnny was the second, but somebody hit me up, and that's how me and Johnny became friends.
Right. So the last time I went to Minnesota, at that exact time, he was moving here.
Yeah. So
And
like 3 years ago.
So we completely missed each other at that time. And then I went to Minnesota and I lived out there for close to a year and then came back. But I had heard his name a bunch when I was out there.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came back, this motherfucker, like, I don't know how soon before we actually met, or if it was after that, but he sends flyers like back to Minnesota, like, yo, who's this motherfucker? Like, to all the people that we both know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what's up with this dude? You know?
Yeah, and then people were like, Johnny's a good dude, and then me and Johnny became friends.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That's it. Now he's piercing your dick.
What up,
Now
Corey?
he's piercing
Hell
my dick.
yeah.
Sup, Corey? Yeah, that's how we met. I did comedy. I don't know.
Is that the only thing you do out here?
Yeah. No, I work in restaurants too.
Oh, okay, so working
Yeah,
restaurants.
This fool used to work at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
I used to work at the Beverly Hills Marriott, not the
Oh, the Beverly Hills
yeah.
Marriott.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a business hotel by the Beverly Hills.
I was saying, there's a big difference
Yeah.
between the Beverly Hills Hotel and the Beverly
This
Hills
will just-
Marriott.
Let's put it this way. I worked at the Beverly Hills Marriott, and people are always like, oh, the Oscars and Emmys come. We get, like, Best Short Documentary nominees.
Yeah.
That's the thing at our hotel is, like, the awards they don't announce, all those people are in our lobby.
You just heard the difference between a tattooer and a piercer right
Yeah.
there. When I was like, the Beverly Hills Hotel, he's like, no, the Beverly Hills Marriott, it's not the same
Yeah.
thing. That was me. It's like, oh, you tattooed? It's like, no, I pierce.
At a
Same
tattoo
thing.
shop.
Yeah. Like we get the Oscar parties, but it's not
Yeah.
the best picture, dude.
No,
So
we get.
I don't want to take fucking credit for shit that I'm not doing.
We get cash bar Oscar parties.
I remember the Sacramento Kings stayed there when they were playing the Lakers when Kobe and and Shaq were on the team.
Oh, really?
And I went there with the bullhorn to talk shit when I was on Kevin and Bean. Yeah, cops came after me. It was crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, because we get a lot of teams. I mean, I don't work there anymore. We had Argentina.
Yeah.
Their system and stuff. So we got some big people at the hotel, and I just work at a regular restaurant.
Okay.
So I do that for money, and then I do comedy for money when COVID's not going on. I tour and open with Louis Anderson.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Josh is like an actual comedian.
Well, I think you're all actual comedians. I think he's just you know what I'm
A
saying?
working comedian. You know what I mean? Like Josh is.
Yeah, I tour around the country and open for Louis Anderson. I've been working with him for the last 5 years.
Oh, that's fucking badass,
Yeah.
dude.
How is Louis? I mean, I've been seeing him on that one nighttime programming. Fuck.
Oh, funny you should ask?
Yeah,
The game show?
yeah.
Yeah, I go to all those tapings with him.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's fucking cool.
I'm always hanging out there. Oh, he's the best. Louis is my uncle.
Oh shit.
Louis is my great uncle. He's not my regular uncle. He's somebody I didn't know at all. And I've told Johnny this story. I'll tell you guys. I never told him I did stand-up. I never told him anything. I never told people I was related to him because it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And I did a winery in Wisconsin, and the guy booked Louis for their big summer festival, and he saw that I was clean and new, so he knew he didn't have to pay me. And he approached me and he goes, "How would you like to work for Louis Anderson for free?" And I was like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because in the back of my pocket, I'm like, he has no idea he just did a crazy thing.
Right.
And then I got a hold of Louis and I let him know that I would be opening and how it happened. And the guy didn't know anything. He just thought I was a funny comic and I'm clean. And Louis like, okay, cool. And then we got to the show. We met officially. Because we had met like in like family reunions. He takes pictures with everybody because he's famous. But like, he didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, will you watch my set? This is like another thing that made me know that I should keep doing it. And he's like, no, I mentor comics. I'm not going to watch you. You've been doing comedy for 6 months. He goes, you're not at a point where I should watch you. You should be having fun and doing stand-up. He's like, anything I'm going to say to you is going to come off mean and you're going to be sad. And I was like, oh, then fucking watch me.
Okay.
I got a little confident. I'd been doing good. I'm like, oh, watch me. And he was like, no. And I'm like, I talked him into it. He's like, I'm going to sit behind the curtain with a notebook. You have to promise me that you're not going to take any of this personal. There's a lot of mistakes you are for sure making without even watching you. And I went on stage. I did my set. I got off, brought up the comic in between us, and he threw the notebook at me. And I grabbed it, and I started ruffling through it. I couldn't find the page. I'm like, where'd you write it? Where'd you write it? And he goes, I didn't write anything, man. He goes, you're really fucking good. He goes, slow down, and that's it.
Wow.
And then we
Nice.
started
So
working
fucking
together.
cool.
Slow down.
Damn.
And then
Hell
it
yeah.
took me 3 years to do that, of Louis relentlessly being mean to me. He would, for the first year, he'd be like, you need to slow down, you need to slow down. And then I got off stage once, he goes, do you want the crowd to think you're on cocaine?
Are you?
And he's like, is that just your character? He's like, I just want to know, because that's what it sounds like to me. He's like, are you doing that intentionally? Like, he just started relentlessly making fun of me.
Is it harder to, well, both of you guys are here, is it harder to get rid of something like that, like speed, or is it harder just to be funny? You know what I'm saying? Like,
For me, the speed.
well, of course the speed,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, is it? What do you find, Johnny? Like, is it just because
I like for me, what I concentrate on a lot is I'm still trying to figure out the mechanics of stand-up comedy. I don't want to sound how this sounds. I know I'm funny. I know I can tell a story. That doesn't mean I can do stand-up comedy. You know what I mean? And so for me, a lot of it is the mechanics of learning how to do stuff.
And I think you're always chasing that. Like, anytime you think you have it figured out, then you're like, oh, there's a new step to this now.
I hope so. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you're like, oh, I got that, it's like, all right, now it just gets deeper. Like,
Yeah.
I look at, like, doing, like, jujitsu or fucking whatever, like, you think, and there's belts, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
You're, like, you get better and better, and then when you learn that, but you keep fucking learning. And for me, I still half the time, most of the time, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing of that. I just hope. And that's why it's nice to have people like Josh. It's nice to have people like Mikey in my life to be able to go, am I crazy? Like, am I doing this? Am I doing this?
I feel like that all the time. I'm like, am I actually telling a funny story or am I fucking insane?
Yeah, what am I doing?
Am I just going up there and doing something so wild and crazy that no one likes this, but they're like, it's happening?
What did you write in Johnny's book when he asked you to take notes?
I haven't asked anybody for
I said,
that.
lose the tattoos.
Stick to piercing.
Yeah. Ah, God damn it,
I want Johnny C to just wear, I told him in the car on the way here, I'm like, I would love it if he just on stage wore fluorescent polos and like really tailored khakis and like business casual shoes.
Hey, like Conor McGregor, if
Yeah.
I dress like Conor McGregor.
Okay.
But like no confidence. You have to
Yeah,
go up
yeah.
there like a dude who like you don't know what you look like.
Sure.
Like you're like, I shop at Abercrombie because I'm a dude from Abercrombie.
Yeah, what do you mean? Why are you being weird? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
and they're like, but your tattoos and stuff. And you're like, they don't define me.
You know what?
My job at Budget Rent-A-Car defines
I don't
me.
appreciate you. I don't appreciate you judging me by the color of my skin. Right? That's
exactly.
the fucking thing.
So tell us a little bit about this Netflix that what you got
Amazon
going?
Prime.
Sorry.
Oh my God!
Sorry.
Fucking the
He just got
competition.
kicked off of it.
He's
Yeah, he's done. It's
He's
over.
done. He's gonna get kicked fucking off.
Johnny came to it. I auditioned to do the show Laugh After Dark, which is going into its 3rd season, to do a 10-minute stand-up set. And
So Laugh After Dark, what they specialize in the first 2 seasons are like people that have never been.
yeah, it's
That don't have it. That haven't been on TV. That don't have like a TV. I mean, I guess it's so hard with TV and streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a TV credit, even though it's
Yeah.
not fucking TV.
they're
anymore.
showing you these great comics for the first time.
Right. That is the perfect way to put it.
Yeah, they're introducing
Super green
you,
people.
Not super green,
Okay.
But
but
they've been at
crazy
this
good
for a
people
while.
that you haven't seen yet.
The first 2 seasons were fucking good. Like I had already seen the first 2 seasons, and then I found out that Josh was auditioning.
Yeah, people have gone on from those seasons to do Conan and other stuff. Like people see that and they're like, oh, we want these guys.
And then
Yeah,
boy,
okay.
he was auditioning for season 3, and this is 2019.
2019, yeah.
Oh, holy shit! I forgot how this whole thing. Go! I forgot how this whole thing happened.
Oh, the audition?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you came
yeah.
to?
Yeah. And when that was, and the timing when when it was supposed to tape and all
Yeah.
that
So
stuff.
2019,
Sure,
I
this
go
is
and
good.
audition. We audition in a room about the size of this studio. There's some cameras set up back in the producers. They tell you can bring friends. So there's friends just kind of sitting in a studio, and you perform stand-up. The first couple comics go up and do not do well.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound cocky in the next few things I'm going to say.
Sure.
But Johnny can vouch all of them. The guy who goes before me is the guy who also shot a special for Laugh After Dark. His name's Carter Glasscock. That's his
Yep.
name. I forgot it. Carter Glasscock goes out, and he gets some laughs. And you're like, all right, these people are ready to laugh.
Yeah.
And I go up, and I don't have many sets this good. But I blow the fucking roof off of the most uncomfortable situation for everybody.
Fuck yeah.
To where the producer stood up and said, this motherfucker's funny.
Yeah.
And then no one else went up and did well.
Yeah, because I was like, are they picking people from like each one? Like, is that how it works? Is like is the winner of each
Yeah.
taping? Because if that's how it works, get ready because you just got this. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
that was completely fucking obvious. But
Yeah, and then I book it, and it was supposed to shoot March 17th of 2020.
Mario, hit that button.
Hell yeah.
We all know March 17th as the 3rd day of everything being shut down.
Man.
So they fucking snatched it out from under him immediately at the beginning of COVID. Hey, you remember that thing you were super excited about?
That was for being too cocky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You went up there like you were the shit. Let's bring you down a little bit.
Oh, just got taken right away from me. And here's the crazy thing. Here's how all this went down. Everything started to shut down that Friday here in LA. Louis was shooting that game show, and he's like, hey, man, COVID's out of control. You're off for the next week from the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, for your special, he's like, drive me home to Vegas because I can't fly because I don't want to get this because people are dying. Make sure I have groceries and stuff set. We're going to shut down for like a week or 2. I'm going to make sure you get a set at every comedy club on the Las Vegas Strip for 10 minutes so you can run your special. You'll be all ready. You'll drive back Tuesday. He's like, you should take yourself like to the spa or something, get yourself ready, and then shoot on Thursday. And that Monday, they were like, we're shutting everything the fuck down.
Shit.
I'm just sitting at Louis'. I had performed that Saturday at the Tropicana, did meet and greet. That Sunday at Jimmy Kimmel's in the Link, did meet and greet. That Monday, they're like, people should not be outside. I'm like, I took a picture with 300 people last night.
You should not be meet and greeting on March.
I know. Louis like, I can't get COVID. I'm like, dude, if COVID's real, I am COVID.
Yeah.
I was on the Las Vegas Strip kissing people,
Yeah, no.
taking pictures. I have a lisp. We were spitting in each other's mouths.
Beautiful. Oh, yeah. Damn.
And then
dude.
he was like, hey, dude, I don't think I can leave the house. Do you want to stay here and just hang out with me so, like, you can run errands and I don't have to leave? And then I stayed there till August of 2020.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we did some stuff. We did a sketch. Do you guys remember? I don't know if you guys remember this. On Mother's Day, they did the Feeding America Comedy Festival where they had comics shoot sketches from their house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and Louis shot a sketch, so that was on NBC where I taught him how to use Cameo.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
And it was cool because Cameo was all for it and like behind it. So they Cameo plugged. I have a Cameo now, but Cameo plugged. His was people were gonna buy it anyways, but like they plugged mine too that weekend. So I sold a shit ton of Cameos.
You know what, Josh? What's that Cameo? How can we find you? So if we want to go
Oh,
get
look at that.
Just go on Cameo and it's $10 and I'll wish one of your family members happy birthday or whatever.
What is it? How do we find it?
You know what Cameo is?
Yeah, I know what it is, but I'm saying, what's your Josh Florhaug?
Yeah, you
Is
just
that
type
what it
my
is?
name in.
All right.
Well,
yeah,
spell it
that's
out
what
for
I'm
the people who are
asking.
listening.
Yeah, Josh Florhaug, Florhaug, Josh spelled
So-
traditional.
So there's
So
the story that I wanted Josh to tell specifically. Oh, were we still going? With
No, I don't
Amazon?
care about
Okay.
Cameo.
So
Unless you're making money.
The
Yeah,
thing,
I know.
the thing that we like, the thing that I think that we push more than anything on this podcast, like, is sacrificing and doing shit
Yeah.
for your dreams and making shit come true. And there's a lot of times where there's only a few times in your life where you get to prove whether or not the things that you say you will do, that, or will you actually do it, And maybe that time will never come in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes it comes and you have to look,
I think it always comes. I think the opportunity for you to choose your path and really get an opportunity to live your dream always happens. I think there's only a few of us that take the opportunity and take the risk and jump off that
risk.
cliff and
Yeah.
say, fuck it. I'm
There's
I'm
only
going
so
balls.
many people who
The
are as
risk.
dumb as what I did.
Right,
And this is
that
what
is
Johnny's
also-
alluding to. Is we just came up. Me and Johnny actually went out to eat for it. The 5-year anniversary, 5 or 6 year anniversary,
6 years.
6-year anniversary. You looked it up.
Yep.
It seems like yesterday. It was such a weird time. The 6-year anniversary of when I checked myself out of the ER against doctor and surgeon orders. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on the radio because that guy's probably gonna lose his job. I checked myself out of the ER to do stand-up comedy out of an emergency surgery.
Yeah, you were like, hey, just give me the blood that I need. Because I read it.
So I'll tell you what had happened. What had happened is a month before that, I'd gotten a hemorrhoid surgery. I have super bad hemorrhoids. It's not glamorous, but
It happens.
I have a fucked up. My butthole looks like the Gaza Strip.
Or the streets of Compton.
Yeah. Or it looks like, what do you say, Wilmington Road?
Yeah.
My butthole looks like Wilmington.
It's destroyed.
Yeah. I've had more doctors in my ass than most porn stars, is what I'm saying. That's gross. Why'd I say that, Josh? I got a hemorrhoid surgery. It didn't go well. Right before the hemorrhoid surgery, I got my blood ran. They found out I was anemic and I have small red blood cells. And they're like, we got to run some more tests. And I was like, cool. So I got to this hemorrhoid surgery, and I told the surgeon that, and she's like, no, I think we're good. Right after surgery, I got a phone call from the lab saying, we're not going to approve you for surgery. And I was like, that's weird, because I'm done with surgery. And then my surgeon talked to them, and she's like, you're fine. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I was on bed rest, because we can get hemorrhoid surgery on bed rest. You can't walk, your whole body hurts. And I started going back to work. 3 months before, Louis books me to do the Laugh Factory in San Diego to host for him. He books it through a guy named Harry Basil, who wrote all the Rodney Dangerfield movies. Very successful comic, super funny comic. And he basically lets me know that this is a favor to Louis. In nicer words, he's like, don't expect to get booked Vegas or anything.
Yeah.
This is a show that's going to happen. So in my head, I'm like, I need to kill. Got the hemorrhoid surgery, was walking, started working the week before. All good. I'm all healthy now. I'm like, But I was still weak and tired, and I'm like, oh, I should go get my blood ran again. I'm taking iron supplements. I should go get it checked out. So the day before the flight, I'm running errands. I go to the lab. I get my blood ran. This is how I knew something was wrong. I come back home. I'm packing my bag, and I'm watching the show, like Business Vacation, the Vince Vaughn movie.
Okay.
You guys know that shitty movie that
Yeah.
came out. I'm crying at that movie.
Oh.
It's slightly emotional. I'm crying. I need to take a nap because I'm running out of energy packing a bag. I wake up at 9 p.m. and my phone rings, and I answer it, and it's the hospital and the lab. They're like, hey, we ran your blood. Your hemoglobin, your iron is so low that we can't even trust you to drive here. You'll stroke out. We're worried you'll stroke out and die. So we're either going to send you an ambulance or you have to promise us that someone's going to bring you.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, someone bring me. So I go downstairs. I live with my cousin. I'm like, hey, will you drive me? And he's like, I have an egg white facial mask on. I can't.
I'm dying, but I have an egg white facial
I
mask.
guess.
I'm like, that's tight. Hopefully your pores are fine. And so I get my other cousin I live with, I get his girlfriend to drive me. And they're like, we're going into surgery right now. I'm like, I have a flight for what I think is the biggest show of my life tomorrow at 11 a.m. Can we do the surgery and then I get to the hospital right away and can go do this? And he's like, no, you're going to be here for a very long time. We have to figure out what's going on.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, then we're not going to do the surgery. And he just stopped. And he goes, no, we're doing the surgery. He's like, no, you're getting you need it.
Yeah, you have to have the surgery.
You said you're bleeding when you poop, but you've showed us a few pictures. You're bleeding internally. And I was like, no, I'll be good. And he's like, here's the deal, dude. You won't make it through the flight. He's like, if the pressure drops on the plane, which, planes are pressurized, it doesn't happen, but if it could happen, he goes, you will bleed out and die right away. And he's like, I would have to give you the equivalent of a human body in blood and iron to let you leave here. And I said, can you have that done by an 11 a.m. flight? And he's like, I guess. And I was like, dude, this is... I remember saying this to him. I said, go look up what the fucking Laugh Factory is. And he was like, I don't give a shit. I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is my dream. This is so big. And somehow I convinced him to do it. And he was like, all right, I'm going to hook you up with blood. And I laid in the hospital till 4 a.m. and they injected me with 4 bags of blood and 2 bags of iron. And he wrote me a note to land the plane.
Did you feel good after they did that?
I felt, after the blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like a superhero. I was like
Yeah.
sick and shit, but like, I knew I was going to die. Because I knew that I was risking death.
Yeah, but I must be. But when they start pumping all that blood, and iron into you,
I started feeling awake and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was just laying there, and I was like, holy shit. Like, because you're like, oh, you risked it all for stand-up. And I really talked the talk, and then he hooked me up, and about through the second bag of blood, I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Like, what am I doing?
To break it down for everybody listening and stuff, I'm getting paid less than what my flight was. Louis used points for my flight so I could make money.
But this was an opportunity.
Yeah,
right.
That wouldn't. You know what I also got out of this story really quick? Those 2 cousins aren't getting cars either.
No.
Hell
getting
no,
shit.
they're not
Those
getting.
guys.
Those guys aren't getting shit. I
Don't
know
even
who-
buy him a mask.
Oh, here's the best part about this. One of my cousins was like, he was going through his own shit. But my cousin, whose girlfriend brought me, he owned the house. He's military. When she called him, she's like, I'm at the hospital with Josh. And he goes, oh, is Josh being a drama queen again?
No, he's just dying.
And she goes, he's
Yeah.
dying. And she goes, also, I need to go, because she's a firefighter. She's like, I got to work in the morning, so you got to come here and drive him home because he's getting blood and he's checking himself out of the hospital. And he came and he goes, dude, the one time you're not being a little bitch, you're being a fucking idiot. This is the first thing I was on. He goes, this is the first time I've ever felt bad for you and not wanting to call you a whiny bitch, and you're just going against doctor's orders. He goes, you're never allowed to be sick and complain about it, because when you're really sick, you don't even take care of it.
You're just being punk rock is what you're being right now. You're making shit happen.
Did you do good at the show?
Here's the deal. So I got to the shows, and again, I need to kill. So I got there. I told Louis nothing. because he would not have let this.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'll
Go get that surgery.
Make sure you catch that flight.
Yeah.
Check yourself out so you can host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I got there, and I told my mom, and I got there, and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He's like, you know how bad I would have felt if you would have died on the plane? He goes, how close were you to dying? I go, I don't know. The doctor said 1 in 5, so.
20%.
Yeah, 20%. And he's like, you got to let me know if anything's bad. Didn't. Drank the whole time I was on the trip. Sunday, I got sick, and I was like, oh, I'm probably going to die.
Oh, man, it was worth it.
Well, doesn't alcohol thin your blood?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was making all bad choices. I had 2 buddies, because here's the deal. There's a Laugh Factory in San Diego now. There wasn't then. They did it at the Hotel del Coronado. So I was staying at Hotel Del, beautiful view. I had 2 of my buddies come whose job it was to just wake me up every 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because they were coming anyways. They're my best friends. They're like, oh, we're going to come stay in your room at Hotel Del and hang out. Because you're doing these shows, and we'll hang out with you, and it was going to be a good buddy time. And then when they got there, I was like, it's kind of a take care of me time.
Yeah.
So when you thought we were like, oh, I'm going to die, was it worth it?
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
You know,
I had great shows. I got booked. I have performed on the Vegas Strip 3 times because of this.
No, before any of that, though. I mean, that Sunday when you're like, oh, I think I'm going to die, we were like, oh, it was still worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, see? There you go.
I really got that feeling when I got back. Because I came back. I did the 3 shows. They went great. Had great sets. I came back, and this is a fucked up thing I did. I went to Firehouse Subs, even though I knew I was going to get an intestinal surgery and wasn't supposed to eat before that. Went to Firehouse Subs. My mom called me. She's like, did you land? I'm like, yeah, but I'm super tired, so I'm going to go home and take a nap first. And she's like, oh, coming from the person who probably will die if he goes to sleep?
Yeah, awesome. Have a good nap, man. Way to carbo load for that nap, too.
And this is why I feel bad, because I threw that same egg white facial cousin under the bus. I was like, hey, Joey's home. I'll just tell him to wake me up in 2 hours. And then I just went straight up to my room and went to sleep. As opposed to telling him. And he woke me up in 2 hours because my mom called and fucking yelled at him. And he was like, I don't know, I was supposed to wake you up. I'm like, not only do you gotta wake me up, but you have to drive me to the hospital.
Is Firehouse Sub good?
Yeah, it's great.
Is it? Because I feel that thing, I've never heard of fire. And then I got caught in traffic, and there was one across the street from me this like 2 days ago. And now Josh brings it up right now.
Last meal, dude. It was going to be my last meal.
Yeah,
Right, that's what I'm saying.
A fucking last meal.
Why
dude.
is this? But why is it also popping up in my life right now?
Yeah.
What is
You
going
should try
on?
it.
Do not have a Firehouse Sub, bro.
Yeah,
that'll be the last meal you ever had. Stay away.
This is what I've gathered from what we just
Hit
had.
Jersey
right
Mike's,
now.
dude. Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
Subway, whatever.
Yeah.
Just not Firehouse. So now you get the surgery.
I get to the hospital, and then the doctor's like, I can't believe you're fucking here.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he was like, hey, you're here. And I was like, yep. You know how bad, this is how bad it was? I didn't go to the actual hospital and be like, I'm Josh Florhaug, I'm checking in. I went to the ER, and I said, I'm Josh Florhaug, and they said, we got a room. And they walked me right back.
They knew they were.
There was somebody who was shot in the lobby, and they're like, he has to fucking wait. And I go up there, and it's just my girlfriend at the time and my grandma. And I knew it was bad because my grandma started confessing shit.
Oh.
She was like, you know what?
Adopted.
She was like, she was like, you checked yourself out of the hospital, man. She's like, and went and did comedy. She goes, you're living the life you want. She's like, I wanted to travel and stuff, and then I had kids. She's like, so you did it. She's like, so you did it right. And I'm like, oh, she's saying goodbye to me. Yeah. She's like telling me shit she wishes she would have done. That kind of she's living through the fact that I did it, and she saw the outcome is that I'm gonna die. And she's like, having kids probably ain't that bad. I mean, I wanted to go to Rome, but at least I'm not dying at 27.
I know what 40 looks like, so I win.
But yeah, I was just like, he was like, was it worth it? And I had the audio recording. I'm like, let me play this. I was just so proud. I was like, let me play these laughs for you. I go, those laughs meant everything. Everything.
That's when you know you are doing the thing you're meant to do.
Sure.
I was like,
You know what
this
I'm
meant
saying?
so much. He's like, what if you would have died? And I'm like, I probably would have been okay. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, doing the shows. And the shows were great. Weather was beautiful. I had my 2 best friends there.
It's like,
and my mentor and uncle there. I go, yeah, if I would have died in that hotel, if I would have got to do the first show first, 100% worth it. If I would have got to do that show and then get to see my best friends and stuff, and then be on Coronado Island at arguably one of the nicest hotels in the country, yeah, 27's enough.
What that reminded me of was fucking Nick Gage. and how he almost died at the King of the Death match in Iowa.
Right.
And they took him on the helicopter and all that stuff, and
Patched him up.
he wouldn't have been bummed at all that
he
he
would've died
died
right
for
there.
fucking deathmatch. And even if it's fucking that's dumb, it's his thing. But he would have been happy to fucking die for it. And
Dude, why not? I already
know what
did.
I mean?
I
I
already
get
did the
it.
thing. That's the whole deal. It's like, yeah, I won't have a 1 hour special. I won't headline a theater, but like I've performed in theaters.
Oh, yeah, I
I
did
did
the thing.
stand up for people. I traveled. I paid my rent with stand up comedy. Paid all my bills in a month with stand up comedy. I'm like, you can only get like slightly better, but once you do all the things for the first time, that's the fucking coolest part.
right, like I did the thing.
Yeah.
man.
The journey, right?
Yeah.
It's always the
Fuck yeah.
journey.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I feel good.
I'm tired of journeying. I want to hit some fucking destinations. I'm sick of goddamn journey. I feel like I've been journeying my whole fucking life.
Oh, how do you think I feel, Johnny? How do you fucking think I feel when I hang out with my uncle and his fucking successful ass comedy
Yeah,
friend?
yeah,
When I
sure,
hang out with
too.
like when I go to like the game show that he does and stuff, and there's like Billy Gardell and Louie and like Howie, and they're like, "You're doing the fun part." I'm like, "Am I Howie?"
That doesn't sound fun to me. Your life sounds pretty fun, motherfucker.
Yeah, but then once you
Yeah,
get
remember
there,
when you were struggling and now you have a giant house? You don't even know what all the rooms have in them?
Yeah.
yeah, but once you get there, man, you would look back and be like, "Fuck, they were right."
No, cool. I can't. Let's skip to that shit. I'm ready
Yeah,
for
I
that.
hope I get to lay in my pool and be like, "Cool."
Yeah, man. It sure was cool when I was struggling. Cool.
Hey, I thought you were happy, bro. I thought you were done already. You
I'm
almost
happy
died.
now.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I still. That's why I moved out here right away. Right after that happened, like 3 years later, after that day, I was like, I'm gonna save up all my money and move out there. I'm gonna go for broke because I've already done the scariest thing. What am I gonna do? Have to get a day job here? Who the fuck cares? Everybody has a day job here.
So what happened that first day you came out here? What did you have anything lined up? How did this all kind of pan out?
Yeah, so this motherfucker. So
Uh-oh.
when I meet, like, as I'm coming back, as I come back, I start seeing his fucking name and face is on the marquee at the Laugh Factory, and fucking like all this fucking awesome shit where I'm like, who the fuck is this asshole, and how is that happening? Because I was like, yeah, he's funny, but there's a million funny motherfuckers, you know?
Johnny, has your name been on the marquee?
No, fuck no. Are you fucking kidding me?
Not yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
No, but I see Johnny's rage.
No, not rage at all. Like, but it was just like, like how the fuck? How? But I just knew that there was an answer.
You know how my name?
How are you leapfrogging?
Right. I knew there was an answer. I was just like, I don't
You know how my name got on the marquee? Because my uncle vouched for me.
No, 100%.
And I did that show in San Diego, which got me that show in Vegas, which got me that show in
But
Hollywood.
I just remember
He
the
risked
first
his
time.
life, John.
Absolutely,
He risked his
absolutely.
life.
But I just remember the first time we met in person. I was just so we like me. It's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It's good to finally meet you. You know,
Because I'm on a show at Rab himself from
Yeah.
Jackass.
So we start fucking talking. Yeah. So we start fucking talking about it. And I was like, and then once I saw that he was cool, I was like, I gotta ask you a question, man. And like, I don't want this to seem like I'm being rude. Like, I was like, come on, let's go outside. You know. And I was like,
I'm gonna fuck you up out
no,
here.
and I was like, how? I was like, how in the fuck did you do that? You know, I was like, you've been out here for you've been out here for one drink of one cup of water. Like, how in the and then then he was super, he's like, dude, my uncle, you know. So, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I just knew there was an answer. You know, I knew that there, like, because
I got funny. I got a good tape.
100%.
That tape got passed around by somebody who vouched for me.
Right.
I got on those shows, and I crushed those shows, which means I got on other shows.
it's what it's. He's
I hate that
funny as
people's-
fuck.
yeah,
No, I mean,
yeah.
you're funny as fuck.
Yeah.
But there's
Yeah,
a gang of
nepotism itself wouldn't get me
right.
this far.
But there's a gang.
I've gotten
there's
booked back out on anywhere I've been vouched
Right.
for.
Look, I'm not. Of course.
I'd
you're
like to just
funny
put
as
that
fuck.
out there.
Yeah,
You're
because
funny as
I
fuck.
guarantee there's a bunch of fuckers that are haters.
100%.
I mean,
Oh, I'm from Minnesota,
Yeah.
where after Prince died, Louis the most famous person from Minnesota.
atmosphere. We got atmosphere.
Oh, yeah?
Steve loves atmosphere. So
Hell
yeah.
I love Atmosphere too, but ask your
famous.
parents who Slug is and who Louis Anderson is.
Yeah, but who cares what my parents think?
A lot of people.
They wouldn't know who they're Mexican. They don't know who the
Sure,
fuck Louis
yeah,
Anderson
yeah.
is.
They might.
Or
He does-
slug.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They know who atmosphere is because they hear it through the walls when I was a kid. So but you know what? Everyone in LA is not from LA anyway.
Yeah.
So that's nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
my opinion. But I bet you have a bunch of people that are just like, hate or whatever. Does that make it harder coming from somewhere like that and getting that vouch, even though you kill it? Because once you get in, and you see, like for me too, when I got on the K-Rock, I got vouched on too.
Yeah.
That was my first gig ever.
And you're on
radio.
the biggest radio.
And on the biggest radio station, on the biggest show at the time, and it was someone that vouched for you. And then once you break that door down, and then you start killing it, and people are like, "Oh shit, that's why."
Yeah.
There's the only thing worse than not getting seen is getting seen too soon.
And that's what I waited on, and
Right.
that's what a lot of my friends do commend me on, is that I could have pulled the Louis card whenever I fucking wanted.
Yeah.
And it would all been one and done.
Yeah, it would have one done. But now I wanted to be in a place where not only did I get booked back and he not hear a bad thing, but I guess it's just like self-evaluation or caring. Like, I've always wanted to do so good that he gets thanked.
Yeah.
That the club calls him and goes, thank you for sending us him.
Yeah. And that's the way you should do it. You know what I'm saying? You
He
don't want to
want-
go up there and shit the bed, and then they're like, "What the?"
He
fuck
wanted to
is
pull
this?
he wanted to pull his trigger 2 years earlier, and I was like, no, not ready. And he goes, everybody would jump at these opportunities, and I'm trying to give them to you, and you don't want them. And I'm like, that's because I have a plan.
Fuck.
And then when the plan came out, I was like, here it is, and he goes, okay, I'm glad we waited.
No, yeah. Again, like you said.
And then he was like, you would have been ready 2 years ago for that show. He goes, but now you were the best one on the show. And I go, yeah, that was the goal, is to not do good, to do great.
Yeah. Not just to be a part of the show,
Yeah.
but be the show itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
That's
a
a-
great story, dude. From hemorrhoids to fucking marquee.
You know what the fucked up thing is? I still got hemorrhoids.
Yeah, I like it.
Because
you
because
didn't
it got
fucking. That's because you got on that goddamn plane.
It's because it got botched, and then they just fixed the botch part. They weren't like, we're gonna also remove more hemorrhoids.
They're just like, let's just
Go to
make
TJ
it.
like everyone else in LA does, bro.
They're like, just
Get it
make
done.
it hilarious. That's what you
Also
should
something I
do.
didn't bring up about the surgery and everything. Through that, I found out I was allergic to alcohol.
Oh, what a bummer.
So you drink no more. You don't drink
I don't
anymore.
drink anymore. I don't have the enzyme that breaks down alcohol in my body. So it just eats holes in my liver and kidneys. That's why I was bleeding. It wasn't the botch hemorrhoid surgery also happened, but I was bleeding from my organs as well because they weren't getting enough blood and iron. So like, I have the liver right now that probably contributed to me drinking on that trip. I have the liver of a 60-year-old alcoholic. I have 3 giant holes in my liver. I have full liver fibrosis, and then my kidneys are pretty beat up, and my spleen is also beat up.
You sound like a sloppy jalopy.
Damn, bro.
Sounds like the battery needs a new car.
I laugh to myself when I check organ donor on my ID. I'm like,
yeah, come and get him.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Come
me.
and get him.
But they found that out in surgery because they were like, oh, we'll fix up your surgery. It should be about 45 minutes. And that surgery I went into lasted 7 hours. Because an hour in, they were like, oh, we got to trace this blood. And
Yeah,
they
this
traced
ain't
back
it.
down. And then when they found that, they pulled my girlfriend aside, who is worried sick. And they're like, hey, is he a huge alcoholic? Like, has he been drinking since he was 11?
Like,
But
he
drinks
hit-
like, but
he
drink
hits,
like,
he hits me sober. He doesn't need to get drunk to hit me.
But they wanted to know if I was like one of those people who drink like a quart of vodka and then a 30 rack every day. And then she's like, no. She's like, I know his charts. He's a bartender and a comedian, and he drinks probably heavier than, you know, an accountant, but he doesn't drink every day, and he gets fucked up maybe once a week. And they're like, oh, then that's bad. Because that's the easy answer for a doctor. They're like, oh, he did this to himself. And then they're like, oh, he's going to be in surgery for a long time. Because they had to like kind of fix up my liver and kidneys because they knew I wasn't just going to check myself out and do it again.
Yeah, they're like, look, we got this motherfucker out. We need to read the do what we can do right
they're
now.
like, we got to fix some stuff then if it's worth fixing.
This fool's not gonna come back. We gotta get him down.
So they fixed it up, and then they ran tests and found out that I don't have the enzyme that breaks down alcohol. And I found that out because I was in an ultrasound when they were like really looking at my liver to look at the holes. And there's a Russian dude named Boris doing the ultrasound, and I'm awake because you can be awake for an ultrasound. I just gotten surgery. I heard some bad things happen. They're like, we'll consult with you in the morning, but we're gonna do these ultrasounds and tests. So they didn't know about like exactly what the allergy was, but they knew that all my organs were getting eaten. So they run the ultrasound, and I look up, and I have a centimeter in diameter hole in my liver, and the other ones aren't very much smaller. So you can see them clear as day in the ultrasound. And I go, I'm on morphine. I go, yo, dude, what's that? And he goes, I can't tell you.
Yes. I was gonna say, what was Boris's accent? But there it is.
It was as Borisy as possible. I go, dude, those ain't supposed to be there. He goes, you'll have to talk to the doctor. And I go, well, I'm kind of freaking out. What the fuck are those? He goes, I can't tell you. He goes, I'm just tech. I'm just tech. And I go, hey, Boris, do you have those fucking things in your liver? And he goes, no.
Absolutely not.
I drink vodka every
He's like,
day.
get the fuck out of here.
I go, do you have that? He goes, I can tell you I don't have that. He goes, I can't tell you anything else, but I can tell you my liver don't look like
me, her, him, him. None of us have that. You have that.
I know nothing but nobody. We don't got that.
Yeah.
The crazy part about it, Boris has been drinking vodka since 11.
He's like, all day, every day I do this. No one has this, just you.
I never see this.
Yeah, but I can't tell you anything.
But the surgeon, she was fucking badass. Because my mom's a nurse, and she's like, you need a specialist to fix your surgery. You need to get better. And all I'm thinking in my head is I need a specialist. And they put me into anesthesia, and they're rushing me to surgery right when I get there because they're like, you're a priority. And this surgeon, she's like a 60-year-old, short haircut, like sloppy scrubs on. You can tell she lives for surgery.
Yeah.
She looks like any ER, like old, disheveled surgeon. And she comes in and I go, I need a rectal and colon specialist. That's the only person doing my surgery. She goes, shut the fuck up. You're not that important. I go, you're doing my surgery.
That's
I go, anyway, with the confidence, tell me to shut my fucking mouth.
Hell yeah.
You're my surgeon.
Yeah, and the anesthesiologist, he goes, you checked yourself up for shows? He's this old black dude. He goes, where are we staying? I go, Hotel Del Coronado. He goes, take my family there every year. I go, this guy's too rich to kill me too. I go, I've never been in better hands. I go, that place is $700 a night. He goes, yeah, I know.
I know.
And he goes, do you eat at that fine dining restaurant? I go, yeah. He goes, 150 a plate, but it's worth it, right? And I go, oh, these people ain't killing me.
I'm gonna
But she
survive
came up
this.
the next day and she was like, hey, I have to let you know you're allergic to alcohol and you've destroyed your whole body. And I'm like, okay.
Cool. Look,
Cool.
luckily
And
we're
then
in the
she goes-
21st century.
She goes, you can't drink anymore. She goes, so I've came in with some pamphlets for like rehabs and stuff, and I've already called your insurance. and
Hilarious.
They'll cover any of it. And I go, hey, do you think there's something that in rehab they can tell me that's scarier than that I'm allergic to alcohol? And in the 7 years I've been drinking in my whole life, not even hardcore, I've destroyed most of my body. She goes, no, but if you need help. I go, no, I think that's probably good.
Yeah. I need more help than that.
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
I'm done.
She goes, well, you could be an alcoholic. I go, I told you I'm not. She goes, yeah, I know. She goes, you'd be going to rehab if you were. I go, no, that was all the rehab.
Yeah. I'm good. Thank you.
And I've had like 3 glasses of wine since then.
God damn. No, I'm just kidding.
I've done it like once a year on my birthday, and here's the fucked up thing.
You just drink it like every sip you take, you just wait.
Here's the thing. I told you guys I used to work in restaurants. I also have a bachelor's degree in restaurant management. I'm also a sommelier. So I was a wine professional. Like, my job was wine for a
Yeah.
little while. And so I have, like, if I have a glass of wine, I'll have, like, it's not drinking. It's fucking art to me.
Right.
I sound like such a piece of shit.
Sometimes
Fucking
people are willing to
turd.
die for
Yeah.
art, you know?
He's fucking sifted.
I'm like,
fucking
this'll kill me.
smelling.
Comedy will kill me. Let's do it.
All the things that you love.
Everything I love kills me.
Or if it makes you stronger. Shit.
Yeah, I'm not that strong.
Well, you're pretty strong, bro. You fucking no blood, no iron, fucking flying, doing your shit, getting up there, living your dream, coming back and
crushing it.
Of a 60-year-old. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so
Alcoholic.
weak too. Like on the plane, I'm like, oh man, how am I gonna get their attention? Also, they gave me an exit row. They gave me an exit row with a hospital band on.
You're like,
Yeah,
I'm
this
not-
guy's
you're
gonna get in the way of
like-
the emergency.
You're like, if there's an emergency landing, I'm the reason. Like, I should not
Yeah.
be sitting in. I can't help nobody. Like, I'm gonna be the
They
reason.
they called my name and had the hospital band on and had like big dark circles on my eyes because I had no iron. I was ghost white.
yeah.
I'd been in the hospital all day. I was like 140 pounds. She's like, they called my name because I was a single flyer and that's probably what they were looking for. And she's like, do you want to be the emergency exit person? And I was like, yeah. I had my arm
No,
on the
he was
desk.
trying to get out. Yeah, I shouldn't be. But he couldn't get the rest of it
I
out.
went, yeah. She's like, here's your ticket.
I'm the emergency.
Yeah, I am the
I'm
emergency.
the emergency.
But I thought it was so funny because I was like, wouldn't it be fucked up if I had to get up? And they're like, oh, what's he going to do? And I'm like, I'm not doing well.
No.
Yeah, I don't feel good. You guys gotta help
We'll end
me.
it. At least I'd be the first one off, though. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like, so get someone over here to help me in this emergency.
Oh, yeah, dude. But that's a fucking crazy ass story, man. But at the same time, you know, it's the love of what you want to
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
And the stupidity of youth, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
All mixed together.
It is one of those where I'm like, I've pretty much done it. I didn't take any of it seriously too. Like you guys are making me bring all these memories up. When I was in the hospital, like right before they took me into the actual surgery, they're like, we gotta fill out all your shit because like this is an at-risk surgery. And she's like, do you have a will? I'm like, I'm a 27-year-old comedian. What do you think I own?
Yeah.
And this lady, like this admin lady, gave me a huge lecture on how I was like putting my family out. And I was like, I own like a PlayStation, a TV, and I have $2,000.
And
I'm
let
like,
them fight over it.
I'm like, my cousins I live with can have all of it.
Yeah.
And
And
she's
none
like,
of it's going to be there. As soon as they find out I'm dead, they're all going to ransack
Yeah.
my room. Like, nothing's going to be left.
and then I was like, and then she gave me that lecture, and I'm like, I'm not taking the rest of this seriously. Because again, I'm a youthful piece of shit comedian. I just made it through both flights. They wouldn't say, great shows, got booked Vegas, I'm on top of the world. I'm like, fuck this lady. I was like, if I die, who cares? And she's like, well, do you want any religious practices? I'm like, blood stuff. I just looked her in the eye and I said, blood stuff. She said, what? I'm like, whatever religion when they put goat's blood on the wall when a person dies, that's what I want.
That's who
And
I am.
she's like, I'm not writing that. I'm like, you said take it seriously, so we both have to. I want blood stuff if I die.
Brujeria, bro.
Yeah, and
Oh,
she's like, I have to write this. I'm like, my mom will get it. I'm like, my mom's son's a comedian.
Hilarious.
She'll come in and she'll be like, it's always a bit.
I guess we got to do
She'll be
some
like,
blood
blood on the
stuff.
wall? Yeah. She's like, that's what I thought. I'd come view the body and
Blood
there'd
stuff.
be shit on. She's like, did he know what religion? Ask him if he knew what religion. I was like, no, she just said blood stuff.
one.
Blood
She's like, that's
stuff.
my dumb son. Couldn't even Google it on his fucking phone.
He went out with the laugh. Well, shit, man. Fucking risking your life. And like Johnny said earlier, man, that's what we talk about here all the time, dude. You know, not to this extreme, I would say.
That's
not
right,
to
that's the
extreme.
point.
If there's any kids listening or watching, I'm saying, like, if they want to do surgery, you have another 3-4 days of doing whatever you want.
Yeah.
No matter what. If I could be any testament, it's that if they say emergency, they mean within the
You
week.
got, it's like when when your gas light comes on, you got like 50 miles.
Yeah.
Like, easy. Don't tell me it's empty right now. It's not empty.
I'm telling everybody, take the 50 miles. It's not going to work out for all of us, but like,
It just depends on what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some people are gonna get you're gonna run out of gas.
Right
Some
away.
people are gonna run out of gas. Like, you know what I'm
yeah, the people who don't want it enough. Must not have been your dream to be
Yeah.
in a Nirvana cover band person who was born after Nirvana broke up.
See?
Damn.
Are you performing anywhere that you talk about?
Yeah, I'm in November 13th or 12th. I'm in Billings, Montana at the Bear Theater.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my next big one. Yeah, November 13th. Billings, Montana, you guys. And then my Amazon Prime thing will be out around that time. So wait, check out Amazon Prime. Check out season 1 and 2 of Laugh After Dark. Season 3 is premiering soon, and I will be on season 3. But catch up now, so you'll be all set for the time season 3 comes out.
God damn, that was fucking professional.
Hey, you want to know
right
something?
now.
Just having him in here today, I can tell he's funny. I can feel he's funny. You know what I'm saying?
I had fun.
I can feel that. I can feel that. Yeah.
Yeah, find me on all social media, Josh F. Comedy and joshfcomedy.com. Look me up, add me as a friend, follow me. I'll follow you back probably. If you're like a cool dude or like a chick who seems not like a bitch.
How can you tell if she's not a bitch?
You can. Like, if you're a dude and you got truck pictures, not interested. Fuck off. Also, if you're a chick and it's just like lattes and stuff or like stuff that you wouldn't find me cool or interesting, not
So
interested
wait,
either.
so like pictures, what if you have a truck and it's pictures?
If you're a chick and you're dating a dude with a truck, both of you probably aren't interested in what I'm doing.
But
is what I'm saying.
what's worse though is what I'm asking. A dude that has pictures of his truck or a dude that has pictures of just other random trucks. Like
I want to be friends with a dude who just loves trucks. Anybody who likes their truck or shit like that much, not interested.
But just trucks?
Yeah, anybody who looks like they bullied me in high school. That's really what I'm getting at.
Sure.
Like any girl who were like bullied me in high school. I was a cheerleader in high school, so I was bullied by a lot of girls. All those girls shouldn't follow me, and all their boyfriends shouldn't follow me. But everyone else, get on it.
That's fair.
Living another dream, cheerleader, male cheerleaders.
Yeah.
It was tight.
No, I bet. That's why I'm, you know.
Yeah, I had sex with like a lot of fat cheerleaders.
It's Isn't that not cheerleaders?
Yeah.
The fat ones?
Yeah, I don't know. They're cool. Or
No, it says he had sex with the bottom row. of the
yeah.
pyramids.
I look like Rusty from National Lampoons. I wasn't banging Kristen Dunst, but the girl that lifted Kristen Dunst up gave me a hand job at a football game.
That's what's
There you
up.
go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 11, right?
Actually, Compton Cheerleaders 2005. What's up?
Nice.
I
Took them on?
I went to nationals and I hung out with them.
Oh, shit.
Because I was
Tar babes.
I was a mascot. I hung out with Compton High School's mascot and like the girls that were helping him. I made out with one of those girls. So if you're listening, what's up?
What's up?
Where you at, man?
Yeah.
Come
What's up?
by the
I'm not
studio.
doing any
Come
better.
around the way.
I see that Louisiana chicken and Chinese food after the show.
Dude, I went to so I didn't even notice that some of them have Chinese food and some don't. But there's Louisiana chicken in North Hollywood that does not have Chinese food. And it was like I was like, this is bullshit, Louisiana chicken, right?
Yeah, it's a
they don't
fake
even have
one.
the Chinese food. Like, get out of here.
That's more the real legit.
I was like, this is some
fucking-
Valley bullshit. This is some Valley bullshit right now. Let's take the
Yeah.
Compton spot that's got fucking Chinese food
Dude,
too,
the Valley
man.
ruins everything.
It's like if I can't get chow mein with my chicken, like I'm not interested.
Shit's so good, too. Like, fucking good.
Like I haven't got it, but I've been thinking about enough to where I was like gonna get it. When I was like, oh shit, I'll stop here, and it was like, but there was no Chinese food.
Oh, yeah.
So I
that
did
sucks.
not get it. So, but I'm gonna have to come down specifically down here.
Yeah, because most spots that make two things don't do either of them good.
No.
Well, yeah, that's like
Everywhere in the Valley that does burgers and quesadillas, they both suck.
right.
Yeah.
That's like tattooing and piercing. I mean, and I don't music and comedy. Like it's odds are, if you have to do both, you're not good at either one. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like that's the fucking deal. And if you do chicken and Chinese food, it seems like you would make shitty both. But instead, they make great chicken and Chinese
Yeah.
food. And how did they do that? And now, but they should be rewarded.
I want to come on I want to come on your chicken Chinese food adventure.
Dude, it's right down the street, man.
Dude,
Chicken
and there's a
Chinese
line
food.
there every single time I come up. There's a line
Yeah.
out there, bro.
And let me tell you, it's pricey. It ain't cheap.
I bet not.
It's pricey.
Yeah.
And I
Why
would.
wouldn't it be? It's delicious.
I don't want one or the other. I don't want to go there and
Oh,
get
no,
some
no,
chicken or get some Chinese food. Like I'm getting chicken and Chinese food.
We had their chicken here when Chunky but Funky was
Yes.
out.
Oh, that's right.
And it was
yeah,
good
we did.
chicken.
We should have got some Chinese food.
But we didn't know they had Chinese food.
Yeah.
Mario knew, and yet he.
I started going after that because I never stopped by.
Sure.
The lines were, like they say, the lines are so long.
It's like going to In-N-Out.
Right,
That's
I-
like Compton In-N-Out right
Yeah,
there.
that's the hood in and out.
But I've had the
Chicken and chow
Louisiana
mein.
fried chicken before, so I know how good that shit is. And I don't know if they're all the same owners or what the fuck, but that Chinese food is way different than all the other ones. That place is fucking legit.
Oh shit, we're not gonna be here next week.
No.
No.
Oh, no show next week.
Mario's gonna be
Sorry,
on a cruise
guys.
Mario's on a
with
cruise.
wrestlers.
Going to the Bahamas.
Are you going on the Chris Jericho cruise?
Yeah. Going on vacay.
This is the Not a Wrestling Podcast is what this
Yeah.
show is called. Because as much as we try to not talk about wrestling, eventually wrestling will come up.
Always
so
does.
Mario will be on the Chris Jericho cruise next week, which I might, if someone calls in some kind of terrorist threat to get that thing canceled, it was not me. I would never do such a thing.
Or unless he fails one of the fucking COVID tests, the 10 COVID tests you gotta take.
Shit, maybe I will give him COVID and he won't be able to go.
I gotta give a test before, and then I gotta take a test as soon as I get there.
Chris Jericho doesn't believe in COVID though, so there's probably
No, this is the boat.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying that he will fight as hard as
Who
he
else
can.
is going to be on there? Just Chris Jericho and then the band Fonzie?
Fonzie? No,
Fonzie.
dude, it's gonna be a big. Last year was fucking huge.
Yeah, last year was.
All those pictures and all that shit behind you, most of that is from the cruise.
Cool.
They have a lot of. They got some wrestling legends on there. I think Kurt Angle's on there. A bunch
What?
Of,
I would
yeah.
love to meet Kurt Angle.
a bunch of the AEW people. A bunch of bands. Fonzie, I think, is gonna be the biggest band on there.
There's comedians. Who's what?
Brad Williams, it's the comedian host this year.
Oh, of course. Who was it last year? Doug Benson?
No, the Gabriel
Fluffy.
Iglesias.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Gabriel
Yeah.
Iglesias, yeah.
That-
I mean, there's a never-ending stream
And Bruce-
of like dudes that would probably
Yeah.
do it. I mean, it's
Bruce
gonna
Jingles was on there too.
Oh no shit! I mean, probably gonna cost you money, but there's a gang of fucking wrestling fan comedians.
Yeah, who are like, I'm off. Let me enjoy the. I'll work for 1 hour for
Yeah.
less than like Gabriel. It's like, yeah, this is pennies to what I usually get paid, but
Seems
I want to be
fun.
on it. Yeah.
I want to do this.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fucking awesome. Plus a couple nights out in Miami. I
no
love their
shit.
fucking food. Yeah, so I'll be in Miami for like 3 days. So checking out the fucking
Best
Miami
joke
scene.
I ever heard about Miami was that the best thing about Miami is how close it is to the United States.
I've only driven through it to Key West.
I've never been to Miami before.
neither
Did you
have
go
I.
to Miami last year?
Yeah.
It was awesome. And
was
had
awesome.
you been there before that?
Nope. First time.
No
Got to
shit.
got to ride one of those hover fucking boats where like swamp kind of
Yeah.
shit. Got to hold me a baby gator at the end of that. That was
Oh,
fucking
shit.
awesome. Got to see a lot of alligators. It's fucking crazy muggy out there. I didn't like the weather that much, but it was cool. Fucking got to see all kinds of shit. The nightlife is crazy.
Sure,
To
of
see
course.
the redneckery stuff from all the weird.
You know how
Florida's fucking weird, man. It's just
How they
weird.
do-
Now I gotta go out there. I have a friend who lives in Miami. My friend Michelle lives in Miami.
Hell yeah. You know how they do like bullshit tours around here and stuff like Stars Homes?
Yeah.
I would like to take like the Cocaine Cowboys tour
Yeah.
in Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they had a boat, I'm not a boat, fucking bus to take you around, to just show you where
Damn.
all these shootouts and murders and all that shit happen.
I want to see
Everywhere.
that.
That would
everywhere.
be, yeah, but like the big ones, you know what
Hey,
I mean?
bro,
Like that would be.
you just gave someone $1 million idea, bro.
They're like, this bank right here was built with all fucking cocaine.
If
money.
someone in Miami is not doing this, you are an idiot.
How are
Yeah.
you fucking up this bad, Miami? if you're not,
yeah.
Money.
there's tours here in Compton where they'll take you
Yeah,
around. to
hood
where,
tours.
You
The
know,
Watts Towers.
yeah. This is where Ice Cube's parents lived, I guess.
Dude, I've had like working at K-Rock, I've had kids or young adults come work with us from different states, and they're like, "Hey, where's Compton? I want to go. I want to go to Watts." I'm like,
Why? It's a
Yeah.
neighborhood. It's just that people
there's
you
some
like
people
were
hanging
born
out.
there, and it sucked there so bad that they created a music genre. There's not
Exactly.
shit to do there. That's why they created hip hop.
Exactly.
I'll take him to see the Cowboys in Compton. I'm like, you want to see real Compton? What I think of when I see Compton, I'll take it where the black Cowboys are. And I'm like,
Yes.
this
Oh, yeah.
is, I'm like, this is Compton.
Oh, where
to
there's
me.
like the horse ranches.
No, I mean, there's a bunch of Compton that's just
Yeah.
people with fucking horses, like
Yeah.
PV, except without the hills.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy.
Yeah,
that
there's like the horse ranches
like
out
in
there.
a like an equestrian neighborhood.
Yeah.
In a place where it's like, fucking Compton. I was like, you guys don't even know about the Cowboys in Compton. Get
And I'll
out
take
of
you
here.
to the best fried chicken and Chinese
That's
food.
right.
Ooh, you can ride a horse to get it.
Hell yeah.
That would be the shit.
Damn.
Oh my god. That's another tour start doing.
Yeah.
You fucking ride
Horse tours.
horses to get chicken and chow mein, man.
Damn, man.
Well, we just made $1 billion.
Yeah, I
For
know.
someone
So-
else. Shit.
That's what we do here.
Hell
We
yeah.
fucking come up with
Make
ideas.
all your dreams come true.
I'm
Even
gonna
other
go-
people.
This is gonna be the worst. In like 6 months, I'm gonna go see my friend in Miami, and
Yep.
she's gonna be like, "Hey, there's these new tours," and be like, "Fuck those tours!
You heard me. That was me.
You listen to the podcast? I've been at those tours."
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's our idea. I want some money from it.
Well, man, you gotta check this gentleman out every opportunity you get.
Check me out.
He also has something on Amazon coming up.
Yeah, check it out.
Plug
Amazon
up.
Prime, Laugh After Dark. Watch the first 2 seasons. By the time you're done with that, hopefully the third one should start. And I'm on the third.
And I'm gonna tell you something. Just hanging out with him tonight, I could tell he's funny. I'm gonna definitely check him out whenever he's in town.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, man. Thank you for coming out to the
Thanks
West
for
Coast
having
Pop
me,
Live
guys.
Podcast, the #1 live podcast.
Yeah. I'm gonna start following you. I don't have any trucks on my thing, so I should be good.
Yeah.
I own a truck, but I don't have photos of it.
You know
See,
what?
that
That's the
counts.
people I like. Don't want to see 10 pictures of your rims. I don't know what rims are.
You doing anything, Johnny? Any kid shows coming up this weekend?
Nope. See you in 2 weeks.
The #1 live show in the world, West Coast Pop Log Podcast. Coming to you from Big Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop